Welcome to Between Two Fiduciaries. You're back with Jeremy and Jimmy here. We're going to be talking about gifting strategies. It's the end of the year, so this is a perfect time to really broach this subject. All right, Jimmy, the first thing we've got up here are the lifetime gift and estate taxes. These are the lifetime exemptions, and these are changing. These are have always been a moving target, haven't they?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy to look at these numbers of what we were, where we were at in 2017. That number was doubled in the Tax Cut and Job Act, but because of the way the IRS and the code and laws are written, the Tax Cut and Job Act is not a permanent number. And as you mentioned, these numbers are always changing. So it's a nice, quick, and easy slide to see where were we in 2017, where are we at right now, and where do we project to be in 2026 if nothing is done by Congress to either change or permanently extend or make some modification to the Tax Cut and Job Act.
And the thing to remember here is that you want to avoid estate taxes if you can. It's a 40% number. It is a high threshold. It is a very egregious tax.
It is, and it only applies to very few. So keep that in mind that this number changes. It used to apply to a lot more. As of right now, it applies to very few. But given where we're headed right now, it will apply to many more.
On the annual level, this is a much more practical place for a lot of people to be playing in, right? So we've got your annual gift exclusions, I should say. They've been changing as well. So a lot of people know this in the last few years. It's been 15,000, nice kind of roundish number. This year it's actually 16,000, so that's notable. Next year it's going up to 17,000. So this is a big deal. This is a good way for you to transition some of your wealth to your loved ones or to people that you care about or to organizations that you care about as well.
I think that's a great point. I think this definitely applies to more individuals. I think we get a lot of questions here in house of, I want to give my kids some money for whatever. How much can I give them without triggering any income tax implications, or what are the rules around it? I think many people are surprised to find out how much they can give without having any gift tax or income tax implications.
It's pretty wide open. There's no limit to the number of people that you can donate to. Here's some examples that we want to bring up real quickly. So spouses can jointly give 2x the number. So in this particular year, the number is 16,000 per spouse. If you have a child and you want to give that child, each of you give them 16,000, you can absolutely do that. If you have another child, you can do the same thing on and on and on.
That's exactly right.
So, and then one of the things that we want you to consider is that when you're gifting, it doesn't have to just be cash, does it?
That's a great point. So if you have stocks that you hold in a non-retirement account that have appreciated quite a bit, those are really attractive assets to gift because you paid some small amount for it. They've grown a lot in value, and you can give based on the value of the asset, not on what you paid for it. So huge opportunity there.
All right, and lastly, when you're gifting highly appreciating property, okay, you want to do that to the youngest recipient because that takes it out of your estate, puts it onto the younger person's balance sheet, if you will, and they get the opportunity to appreciate with that asset.
That's exactly right.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here with strategies for wealth transfer via gifting. Number one, we were just talking about that. Use those annual gift exclusions. Be very generous as you can. Of course, you don't have to give 16,000 in total, right? You can give less than that, but you can give up to 16,000. The second one here is qualified educational transfers. I think this goes under the radar screen a little bit. People don't realize that you can actually pay tuition for children, your grandchildren, and you can do that without it affecting your lifetime exclusion.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's got to be to the qualified educational. These qualified educational transfers have to be made right to the institution. But yes, this is a great tool for saving on estate tax.
It's the same thing with medical costs. If you
Right.
go directly to that institution, same thing applies.
Exactly.
And then once those are all exhausted, then that's when you start to eat into that lifetime exemption, right? So that number is roughly 12 million right now. If you're a married couple, that's 24 million. But again, it's changing. It's going to change and it's going to continue to change. Another one here, a spouse can make unlimited lifetime gifts to their spouse so long as they're a U.S. citizen.
Right, exactly right. There's a lot of trusts that utilize this right now, and again, given the ever changing nature of the estate tax laws, there's a lot of planning that can and should be done now that might not apply or be a prudent strategy in 2026. But again, this is a good refresher on things that we can be doing now under the current law.
Bring us home on the last one, QCDs.
Yeah, this one's really important. This is we are now able to gift up to $100,000 per individual from their IRA. So if you are over 70 and a half, you have a required minimum distribution, you can gift up to $100,000 per year directly from your IRA. Now, again, it's similar to the educational transfers and the medical costs. They have to go directly to the qualified charity, but that money literally, therefore, never shows up on your tax return because you took $100,000, up to $100,000, and you gifted it to your charity of choice, and now you've got whatever that amount you gift up to $100,000 per year can completely satisfy your required minimum distribution, and that's income that will not show up on your tax return.
All right, folks, that does it. Be generous, start that gifting, and reap the benefits.